So good morning everyone, welcome to Satsang. Let's make some silence first. Okay, reminding all of you that we use WhatsApp as a means of communication. If you have any questions, you can send them directly to me. So today we're going to talk about spiritual practice. And there are lots of spiritual practices available, but for the way that the world is today and the way that seekers are today, I will reduce spiritual practice to meditation. Meditation and whatever can prepare for meditation. So this preparation also, but most importantly, meditation. In times where self-deception is at its highest, meditation is the filter, that which really reveals if you're onto something or if you're not. So spiritual practice sums up to that. It's not about what you talk about spirituality. It's not about what you read about spirituality. It is about spiritual practice, committing to it intensely. It's about satisfying the thirst for freedom through intense spiritual practice. But spiritual practice, in this context, in the context for freedom, it's not something that you put into your day, like bathing or having lunch or something like that. It's not just another item in your list, it is the item. That which will be the center of your day, in which everything revolves around it. And if you're honest, you will see, you will understand why I'm talking about meditation as the pillar, as the center, as almost the only thing which is there. And it is. And I'm not going to talk much further than this because, like I said, self-deception is at its highest. And your mind just interprets everything just to justify inertia. So from all spiritual practices available, you will see that the hardest one to engage, maintain, and intensify, increasing the time, is meditation. All else, it's not that difficult. It's not. And people do everything. They read, they watch online satsangs, they do all of it. Especially group activities, group things. But sitting alone, quietly, in a committed way, creating, intensifying, increasing their meditation, that is very difficult. And it's just the beginning. It is actually just the beginning. And that will make the filter. You see, meditation comes first. So if there's any readings that are worthwhile, it makes sense only in the context of meditation. Doing it on a meditative mood after meditation, but not engaging too long, and certainly not wasting that time to understand. Because a spiritual book is not about what's written, but about who has written it. And it is about tuning with that source more than understanding its words. Understanding comes, but the words of a spiritual book, a scripture, they are just carrying something else. And it is a tuning through that book to that something else that brings the benefit. And the more you hold your mind still, not trying to understand, the more those words will embody, because you're not standing in the way. So meditation gives you the check. It's like you want to make a soup. You put the pot on the stove. You put the vegetables inside. But if you don't turn it on, it will never get heat. It will never boil. That soup will never happen. If you just turn it on a little bit and then disconnect it again, it will not boil. It will not even get hot. If you turn it, as it starts to boil a little bit, you disconnect it again, turn it off. It will not cook the vegetables. So you have to keep the stove on, and the time that it is needed for the whole process to finish itself, to conclude. Keeping that on is one part of it. The other part is continue to put the ingredients inside to improve the flavor. So turning the stove on, the fire under the pot, it is the beginning of the soup. Then comes all the rest, which will show itself to be needed. So it is with meditation. The seeker of truth takes refuge in meditation. The seeker of well-being takes refuge in a lot of things, including spiritual books, satsangs, whatever is there available. There's an attitude that differs. See, there's the one who is going for some relaxation moment, some moment of relief, and there's the other one who is going for some hard work. Mindsets are different. This hard work is the seeker of truth. And as self-deception is at its highest, it's very difficult for a seeker to really know. Maybe I'm just being too gentle. But sometimes there are doubts. Other times it's just obvious. And what is plain obvious is, well, if meditation is not being intensified, if there's not this push towards making more time for meditation, increasing it, then nothing is happening. But for those who have this kind of doubts, You have to observe yourself. Is meditation the center of your day, of your life? Is it all about making more time available to intensify meditation, intensify silence? And it is different things. You see, a depressed person can be silent, can be still. That doesn't make him a seeker of truth, because it is a silence that collapses. It's not a silence that makes you rise higher. So the attitude counts, makes the difference. Are you constantly arranging your day so that more time is available for you to deepen your meditation? Do you get distressed when you see that agitation is coming and it is difficult to block it? Or you just catch yourself in the middle of it after some time has passed? Do you have your timings of meditation? And then for that period that you cannot sit and meditate, do you have a spiritual practice to keep the flame on? Or you're just distracted, or having some periods of contemplating silence, like you usually say, or to abstract or to connect? Because the process of freedom is it's not a light warmth breeze. It is intense fire. Reading spiritual books can be clarifying if the mood is right, if the context is right. In the absence of this intense meditation and the meditation mood, words will be interpreted by your mind in your reality. Whatever breakthroughs that you think are happening, they are nothing, because it is being incorporated. Illusion has the power of adapting. So spiritual books, they may give you a glimpse of what you may go through, or not, but they are not spiritual practice. They don't replace it, not even one bit. It's like our soup. If you sit cozy and you read about cooking books and you do nothing in the kitchen, well, no soup will come out of it. You may learn everything that it is there to learn about cooking theoretically, but no food will come out. If you disagree with these words, feel free to question them. I'll be happy to clarify that for you. Because sometimes when these words are being listened to, from your part, a lot of resistance arises. Say, no, it's not like that. Okay, then send those. Let's clarify that. Not exposing the doubts is a way to protect one's reality. And then, when you manage to start your meditation practice as the center of your day, opening the room, the spaces, for that to be able to grow and intensify, putting aside whatever disturbs, whatever is not in line with that meditation. Then the next discovery is you're not fit for meditation. If it is serious, you will see that there are difficulties in a way to continue, to intensify, to maintain even. And you will become aware of characteristics, of difficulties that you weren't aware of. And then either you put those aside and you make your meditation possible, or you stop meditation. And as time goes by, as you are maintaining and being able to intensify a little bit, more it will be seen, and more and more and more. It's about giving up, giving up, giving up, giving back, giving up, giving up. Like a black hole, it will suck your attention, your complete attention onto it. Meditation is not to be practiced mildly. For freedom, of course. It is something that you start with what you can at this moment, and it is about continue to intensify, to increase the time of the sittings and the number of sittings. It's not something that it's about to bring a balance to your world. It's something that will become your world. Meditation will reshape your whole life, making it and making you suitable for the spiritual path, for it to become alive as you surrender completely and let that practice take over, fight for it. Without that focus, there won't be the fire that I'm talking about. Cannot. Even the posture, the sitting upright, is fundamental. And I hear this a lot. Oh, but I'm not the body, so what does that matter? Okay? So if it doesn't matter, sit upright. Why do you always have to sit like you're some kind of a jelly? Just melting or something like that. Why can't you sit upright? Okay, you're not the body. So why? So it's the same, isn't it? So sit upright, and we'll see. Just by sitting upright, it's completely different. Even that by itself starts to threaten your world. As by just sitting in a relaxed manner doesn't, keeps it all at the mental level. No alignment, no increasing of the vibration. So this is why you look at the gathering for satsang, for example, these days, and it's very rare to see, or you see just a small percentage of seekers sitting in an upright position, focusing. Everything has a science. And for the seeker of truth, he is there to learn the sciences, not to defend sciences that he doesn't really understand. And all talks, all conversations, everything you go through, it's about, is it going to start or not? The mindset of a seeker of truth is pretty clear. Focused, hardworking, self-sacrificing. He is thirsty for liberation. Not as greed, but as a profound need. Out of a profound pain of that separation. So for those who are not sure, have doubts, intensify meditation, make it the center of your life, and see if it grows or not. Remember, self-deception is at its highest. That means that no matter how good are your intentions, you will almost, for sure, deceive yourself. So to counter that, it's like in all aspects of life. It's not about the words, but about the actions. Okay. So next satsang will be Saturday, 9 o'clock in the morning, UTC -3, Brazilian time. If you have any questions concerning this subject, you can send them. It will be good because it enriches and it helps to clarify even more. And sometimes, many times, the difficulties in asking questions is because you don't really want to hear the answer. Most of times it is about approval, and when there's fear of not having it, you refrain. But to become a seeker of truth, you have to go beyond those individual needs, apparent individual needs. Okay.